Hello everyone. Good afternoon. Namaste. Jai Hind. Good afternoon everyone. Good afternoon and welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep. I'm Viaks Dahiya and this is our new series Last Lap to IPMAT Indore. Okay, so we'll start with decoding or you can say analysis of the previous year paper. So decoding the exam, IPMAT. Yes, Akanksha, good afternoon. Good afternoon everyone. एंड बाकी लोगों को भी शेयर कर दो सेशन स्टार्ट हो गया है बता दो यस पलक गुड आफ्टरनून सो आई थिंक मोस्ट ऑफ यू मस्ट बी रेडी फॉर द एग्जाम बाय नाउ ओके और जो लोग लेट हैं ओके लेट्स ट्राई योर बेस्ट सो वट एवर यू कैन पुट इन जस्ट पुट इन okay so let's start with the analysis. So first, the agenda of this session is knowing the paper pattern. So you must be knowing that, right? I will just revise it for you. Then IPMAT previous year cutoffs. Many of you must be knowing this also, right? This is very necessary to understand that how should I attempt the exam? How should I attempt it? Okay. And then section wise analysis. Okay. We'll talk about each section. And then section wise cutoffs, steps to attempt the exam, right? How to attempt the exam. And knowing that cutoffs, you will be right very clear with the strategies what you should adopt. Okay, now the important dates, right? By now you must be knowing this that you can download the admit card after June 18 and exam is on 2nd July Saturday, right? Okay, 2 hours exam and result will be on that result date is July 15. Okay, and mode of exam online computer based test. It is a computer based test CBT. Okay, that means questions will be same predefined and okay, so you will be attempting in a certain center on a computer. So now the next thing is 20 this about IPMAT. Just a few things about IPMAT. This IIM Indore was the first to introduce this IPM. Right, that was the first IIM to introduce IPM, that is Integrated Programming Management. In 2011, they introduced it. Number of seats 150. Right, this is what you are fighting for. And degree awarded is BA plus MBA, and this is a dual degree now, BA plus MBA, graduation plus post graduation. So after graduation you can quit, right? You can just opt out. Okay, so Bachelor of Arts, BA is Foundations of Management. So it is not actually BBA but BA in Foundation of Management. So Master of Business Administration, MBA, right? You may exit after first 3 years with a BA degree in hand, and then you can that means basically you are already at IIM Indore, so you can target other, right, better IIMs after 3 years by appearing in CAT maybe. Okay, maybe your own plans, maybe you want to go out of India for further studies, right? That depends, but you can opt out after 3 years with a bachelor degree, and after that you can go for a post graduation anywhere. Okay, but if you are there, so I am Indore, so you will be getting MBA from I am Indore also. Okay, then okay, the selection process. There is a change, that is you are going to have aptitude test plus personal interview only, right? So earlier it used to be VAT and PI, that writing ability test or written ability test, that is gone now, right? Only PI. So aptitude test plus personal interview. Okay. So personal interview sometimes is relatively easier for most of you, but you need to prepare for that also, because that is carrying a weightage of 35%, huge weightage. Okay, so written ability test is not included this year. So this year it will be only aptitude test plus personal interview, right? Okay. Next thing is, this is the weightage. I told you aptitude test score, that is ATS, is 65% and 35% weightage is given to personal interview. Okay, so total is 100. Obviously 100% when we are talking about percent, the total will be 100%. Right? Okay, so whatever your score in aptitude test, that will be okay, reduced to out of 65. So 65% weightage will be given to aptitude test score. Now, this is the exam structure, right? The exam pattern of IPMAT IIM Indore. That is quant. You have two sections of quant basically. One is MCQ where you have the options, right? One is short answer type. Okay, so where you will type in the answer. Okay, then 40 questions for MCQ, and okay, Mickey, I was having classes after that, so maybe you can put your question in the comment section, and I will just confirm it. Right? I told you earlier also, I think. Okay, so after this class, you just put it in the comment section, and maybe by evening I will do that. Right after this class, I will do that. Okay, so now the thing is, number of questions now, MCQ type quant, right? MCQ 40 questions, and all questions carry 4 marks each, right? All sections, all questions. So quant 40 MCQ, 20 short answer, and verbal ability 40 question. Okay, this is the pattern, earlier pattern. Wait a minute. So this is a earlier pattern, right? This year, this would be okay. So 100 question, right? Because of 21 and 20 and 21, it was 20, 10 and 30. Okay, this is 22. Okay, so that will be 40, 20 and 40. So 160, 80 and 160, right? Okay, so 100 question, 400 marks. And plus 4 for every correct, -1 will be deducted for each wrong answer. So there is a negative marking, but negative marking is not applicable in the short answer questions. Only for MCQ, the this negative marking is there. Okay. Now, the order of the sections, attempting the sections will be predefined. Okay, that will be specified. So first section, second section, third section, that will be specified. So you cannot change that order. Okay, now the table on the previous slide जो that I have shown you, वो table जो अभी मैंने दिखाया, वो final order नहीं है, right? So order will be given to you. Then sectional time limit is 40 minutes to be allotted for each section. 40 minutes each section के हैं, total 120 minutes, 2 hours. You cannot go back to the previous section, right? किसी भी section से previous section पे वापस नहीं जा सकते. Once you have completed one section, right? That is over. Okay, Omveer, good evening. So I missed your comment. Let's move to the next one. Now this is previous year exam trend. Okay, now you can see that in 2019 it was the pattern 40, 20 and 40. After that 20 and 21, it was due to COVID, right? They reduce it to 20, 10 and 30. That is a total of 60 question, right? In 1.5 hours, right? 60 question in 1.5 hour for 20 and 21. The pattern, the sections were same, that quantitative ability, quant MCQ, quant short answer, and then verbal ability MCQ. right? But earlier in 19 it was 40 20 40. So 20 and 21 it was 20 10 30 20 10 30. Now it is back to 40 20 40, right? Aptitude test in 2019, right? As I told you that earlier it was VAT and PI. Now this year it will be only PI, right? So it will be only PI, that is aptitude test plus PI. There is no VAT, no written ability test. Okay. Okay. Now wait a minute. Yes. So these are the sectional cutoffs, section wise previous year cutoffs, right? Section wise previous year cutoff. I will just highlight few of these, right? You need to understand this is the most important slide for me. Okay. So I'm just saying that I am hiding something. Okay. I will get aside. Yes. Okay. This is okay. So I will stand here right now. Now see that okay, quant. If I talk about quant short answer or quant MCQ, right? Just see that, okay, here in 2019, right? Just see 2019 first. That 2019, this is the 20 cutoff of 20 out of a total of 80, because 20 question 4 marks each, it was 80 marks section and cutoff was only 20, that is 1/4, 25% was cutoff, right? But as soon as they reduce the number of question, in COVID case, right, the cutoff went up to 50%. It was still 20, but out of 40 only. Out of 40, it is 16. So if the number of questions will be less, let's say in this case 2022, I am expecting it to be, right? So on a safer side, I will think of that 30-40% at least you should get to clear the cutoff, right? 50% is always on a higher side, right? If you talk about that out of 80 you are getting 40, so that will be a very safe score, right? In quant section short answer, if MCQ you are talking about MCQ, right, out of 160 you can think of, see this, in 2019 out of 160 it was only 31 which was the cutoff. That means not even 25%, it was only 20%, right? Less than 20%, rather. 16 into 2 is 32, so less than 20% was the cutoff. Okay, so because the pattern is going back to 40 20 40, so you can think of that cutoff will be so low. So if you don't know, if you are not able to attempt any question, so you can just skip and move to the next question. That should be the strategy, right? You should do as many as easy to average level questions, right? As you can do that. Easy level question, average level question, not the difficult. You should always skip that difficult question, right? Okay, so you can again see that even in 2020 out of 80, right, out of 80, okay, just wait a minute. So this is out of 80, it was only 26. That is this in this case it is 30% or close, right? In 21 it was 80 out of 80, 21, that is 25%, close to 25%, right? Now you can see this pattern, but in verbal ability it is slightly on a higher side, that is it is always 50 to 60%, right? Okay, so 2019 it was less than that, right? It was 40-45%, right? 71 score, that was cut off, right? But then 2021 out of 120 you can think of 68, that is close to 58% or something. Okay, 70, again it was 70 out of 120, this is close to 60%, right? So verbal ability, the cutoff is relatively higher, okay, but quant section the cutoff are really low, काफी कम कट ऑफ, मतलब अगर आप स्किप, आप सिर्फ इजी टू एवरेज लेवल क्वेश्चंस आइडेंटिफाई करके अटेम्प्ट कर देंगे, right? Then you can clear the cutoff. But if you quant is your strength, you should score more in that. You should score more in your strength area. Okay. And if you see the pattern, the previous year cutoff overall cutoff, right? You can see that in 2019 out of 400, it was only 122. You can see that overall cutoff was 30% something, right? 30%, 30.5% to be precise. Okay, so that was the cutoff overall, right? But as soon as this for 2020 and 21, when COVID time, it was because of that verbal higher cutoff and quant also relatively higher, so it went to close to 50% or 45%. So 45 to 50% was the cutoff in COVID times. This means this reduced number of questions when the number of questions were only 60, right? Then the cutoff went a little higher. Okay, but when it was that 400 question of 100 questions, the 400 marks, that pattern, right? You can see that the cutoff was only 122, right? When I call this cutoff, overall cutoff and sectional cutoff, right? That means you are going to call you are going to be called for interview. That is the second stage, right? But the second stage is also, it is not that you have cleared the cutoff, so you have cleared the written this written part, ATS aptitude test score, you have got that above cutoff, that means you are selected. No. So there is I told you that the weightage is 65% to the written part and 35% to the interview. Okay, so that means you are going to now face competition in the second level also, right? So first level you have cleared the cutoff, so you have come, you have just got a ticket to the second round, right? But then that 35% weightage is given to the second round also. That you need to perform well in the second section also. Okay. If you have got any doubt, you can ask here. Apart from the cutoff, you should know that I told you this part, that total number of seats were 150, right? Okay, they are 150. Now they generally call into 6. That means 900 students will be called for the interview, right? Shortlisted for the interview. That means that is 6 times, approximately 6 times. So approximately 900 students will be getting an interview call. That is, they will appear for the second stage. So again, there will be competition in those, right? So you will stand a chance if you perform well in the second stage. Okay. So it is not that the clearing the cutoff guarantee you the admission. So this is not true. So that means you need to perform well in the second stage also. Okay. Here, so target range for IPM Indore 2022. So we are talking about 2022 now. How many questions, how much score you should target in the 2022, right? So short answer, we suggest that, okay, if it is an easy paper, you should look for at least 8 to 9 questions, right? That means 30 to 32 scores of short answer, that is out of 20 questions, right? Out of 20 questions, you should think of at least this much. So an MCQ out of 40 questions, at least 11 to 12 questions, right? 44 to 48 score. And then verbal ability, right? It should be 25 to 28 questions out of 40 questions. So 100 to 112. That means your total overall score can be 174 to 192. This is in case the exam is easy, right? I'm talking about the easy paper. But if it is a tough set, okay, tough question paper, okay, that means you can even think of clearing the cutoffs. This is we are talking about the target score. That means the safe score will be that even if you attempt 5 to 6 questions in the short answer type, that means scoring 22 to 24, and then 7 to 8 questions in the MCQ part, right? And the accuracy rate should be very high, right? I'm talking about the least number of questions, so accuracy rate should be very high. and then 20 to 23 question in verbal ability, right, out of 40 questions. So 80 to 90 score here. So that means total overall score should be 130 to 146, which you should target. That means that will be a safe score to get you a call, right, to get you a ticket for the second stage. Okay, right? If you have any query, any question, you can put. Okay, you can just ask. So let's move to the next one. And by knowing that this is my target score, so see, understand this, even if it is a difficult exam, right, and let's say talking about the quant MCQ, right, which is the most difficult section according to most of the students, right, you need to score only 7 to 8 questions. When I know that I need to score only 8 questions out of the 40 questions, right, I can easily look for those easy 8 questions. That means that generally means that difficult paper doesn't mean that all the questions were difficult. Difficult exam means that most of the questions were difficult, right, but there were easy questions also. So I can look for those easy questions and attempt those, right? So if I am clear that I need to score these many questions must be correct, right, I can look for those questions, so I can skip most of the questions, right? Okay, now sectional analysis. We are talking about quant short answer type. Okay, short answer type. Now see the topic wise analysis, topic wise question asked in this particular section, right? And as you know that yes, Barkha, total score will matter. Total score will matter, and total score that is including it. You need to perform well in interview also. But I'm sure that if you get that ticket to second round, right, then if you prepare well, you can definitely get a seat. Okay, but you need to prepare. Yes, DJ, it will be definitely helpful. If you score more in the written part, you know it is 65% weightage. So interview generally, you cannot create a major difference in the interview. Yes, Barkha. Overall, right? So written plus interview, but written will be weightage will be 65%, and your score will be reduced to out of 65, and then your out of 35 interview marks would be there, and that will be added, and then merit will be created. So you will get a seat according to that, right? So if you score high in written, that will definitely give you an edge, because that weightage is also 65%, and you can create a huge difference in written part, right? Somebody is very good at maths, like okay, maybe some of you may have that favorite subject area as maths, right? um, as I have, my favorite subject is math, so I can create a huge difference, right? So that's why if you score well in written part, that will give you an edge, that will give you a cushion in the interview part. Yes, overall highest score will be selected, right? Okay. Now the you know that I am Indore generally ask maths questions from okay, that we will tell you after. Just give the written part. You can prepare with us also. BYJU'S Exam Prep. Okay, so there is a model. Otherwise, you can go for any good your this somebody who is preparing for interview, right? Many institute they prepare students for interview. If in your area you can get that teacher, it's a good teacher. Okay, so that may guide you. That person may guide you. Uh, Clearing the cutoff is not enough, but when you clear the cutoff, right? Actually, clearing the cutoff is only concern for that particular section which I am not very comfortable. Okay, so if I am not comfortable in verbal section, so I will think of clearing the cutoff of verbal section, right? If I am good at maths, so I will not never think of clearing the cutoff in maths, but I want to score high in maths, right? Clearing the cutoff is only right for that particular section. I will think of where I am not that comfortable, right? Okay. Okay, now I'm saying that I'm Indore generally ask question from higher maths, right? Higher maths also. So here you can see that in 2019, 21, let's talk about 21, latest. Okay, so coordinate geometry, you can see two questions, functions two questions, sequence and series one question, right? Average, Venn diagram, number application. Barkha, generally that we have given you the target score, right? So Ishanshu, verbal you can score. You can just clear the cutoff of maths and then score well in verbal, right? Try to score more in verbal section. But clearing the cutoff of math is also required, and maths they are asking higher maths, right? So maybe not many people they will score very high in maths. If you can get, if you are getting 50% in interview, if you can score IPMAT a very high score in your written part, that can give you the admission, right? If you are getting only 50% in interview, that how does it matter, right? The total merit, because they have clearly defined that 65% weightage is given to the written part and 35 to the interview part. So out of 35, you are getting 17.5. If you can make up that in your written part, then it's okay. Okay, just see here. Arithmetic, there was one question, number application, one question, Venn diagram, one question, average is separate we have taken, but arithmetic also include average. So arithmetic plus average, now it one more question. And you can see here, right, further PNC, there was one question, right? Because in essay, there were only 10 questions. So out of those 10 questions, you can see that on arithmetic and average total two question plus one question on numbers also. So there are three questions, rest 7 questions from algebra or PNC or sequence and series functions. So all coordinate geometry. So you can think of that this was hardcore mathematics, right? If you are not good at mathematics, then this will be a problem area for you. Okay. Okay, Barkha, I told you the simple, right? In mocks, you try to get maximize. Otherwise, if you are getting anything close to 150, if you can do, right? 120 plus, there are chances, right? Even 100 plus score, if you are getting, right, there are chances that you can improve and you can get. Okay. Important topics, Ishanshu, you can think of from here only. Just see that this particular section, there was a DI set, right? If you can attempt DI set, you can work on your percentage changes, averages. If you know that, if you had done DI, right, one DI set can give you actually 5 questions. Okay, then here time and work. Okay, arithmetic generally they are that is very less. There are very less number of question on arithmetic in your IPMAT Indore, right? Here they are asking question on algebra, geometry, logarithm, trigonometry, sequence and series. If you can somehow manage with algebra, that would be great. Algebra, there will be n number of questions, right? Total, because I consider logarithm, sequence and series, functions all part of algebra, right? Then you can see here PNC, one question, percentage is one question, time speed one. So most of the question you can see, apart from DI, one DI set of 5 questions. So if you can handle DI, if you can handle percentages, then percentage separate question is also there. One question on percentage was there, and one DI set of 5 questions, right? And apart from that, if you can work on algebra, that would be great. If you can't, you think that you are not that good, you cannot attempt algebra part, then there is no choice but doing arithmetic. That is time and work, time, speed, distance, percentages, averages, right? Work on that, and that will help. That will help you to clear your DI part also. DI you can get. Generally, they will have one set, right? Generally, in 2019-20, it was sorry, 2021, it was lesser number of question. Otherwise, generally they have one set of DI, right? One set of DI. Okay, you can see that this, right? You have this DI 5 question, 5 question, 5 question consistent, right? So DI one set which will give you 5 questions. Generally, it will be doable, right? DI set would be doable. Okay, you can think of directly doing 5 questions because you can spend time, because if you are not good at maths, right, you will have time. Okay, so you can spend that, but try to do algebra if you can. Okay, and verbal ability, generally that reading part would be very, very important, right? You see that the questions will be based on reading part. 6 question on directly RC, right? Then para jumbles 4 questions, right? Para completion 4 question, sentence correction 4 question. These all are reading dependent, right? Direct reading dependent. Okay, if you are good at reading, you can handle para jumbles, para completion, RC, even sentence correction. Let's say sentence correction I am taking in grammar, right? Let's say sentence correction you take in usage. Then filling the blanks, yes, we will do for Rohtak also, right? Rather, IPMAT Rohtak, there must be one analysis already there. You can just find out. Okay, fill in the blanks, correct word usage, idiom phrases, and sentence correction. That will be grammar. So all depending on reading comprehension and that grammatical usage part. Okay, so this is your verbal section. Generally, people score more in this area, right? I have seen the students scoring more in this particular area, right? Generally, they do very well in this section. Okay, so here the cutoff will also be higher side, on a higher side, so you need to score more, right? Really high you need to score, and people can easily score out of this, right? Let's say 160. Well, I will talk about the 2022 pattern. So out of 160, right, many people will score more than 100 easily, right? They will score close to 140 also, right? There will be people who are scoring more than 140. Right, in this particular section only, but 100 plus there will be many. 100 plus there will be many. So they will actually score more in this area, right? But cumulative scoring more here also and in quant also, right? That is rare. Okay, now major skills required to crack this. Yes, comprehension skills, which will be helpful in both the things, right? Understanding the question, and then there will be direct comprehension passages also, right? Very, very important comprehension skills, right? That means need to understand whatever you, okay, understanding the question, understanding what is asked, right? That part. Now accuracy is the key, right? Because there is a negative marking whenever you attempt one question and that is wrong. Let's say you attempted it incorrectly, that means you are losing actually -1 instead of getting plus 4. So that means there is a loss of 5 marks actually. So where you were thinking to get plus 4, you are getting -1. So you are 5 marks, right, down from your whatever you were expecting. Okay. So accuracy is the key here. And then ability to spot the level of the question, right? This is important. This is the key. right? This is the real key, right? Whoever can do this, right, will definitely clear the exam. That means to be able to do this, that you can understand the level of the question, right? You should be very comfortable with that topic, right? If I am comfortable with, let's say, time speed distance, then I will be able to analyze or able to comment on the level of the question of any question from that topic, right? That means I know that topic, right? So this is not an easy thing to do. Whoever can do this, right, will definitely clear the cutoffs, rather definitely get through the exam. Okay. And now, step to be followed while attempting the paper. Yes, first thing is skim through the passages. Okay, just see this. I will show you. I will tell you the things. First thing is, right, you must just not done. Okay, just not do it in detail that you are reading it completely. Just skim through, right? Scribble down the major points. Actually, it is talking about majorly about RC passages when you are doing, right? When you are just going through the passages, over observing the passage, what is there in the passage, and then scribble down the major points. Attempt direct questions at first, right? Whatever direct question is there, right? Then easy, moderate. Now, this is true for all. This is true for all. That means attempt a direct question first at first is the key, right? So that you don't miss out on any easy question, right? मैंने आपको दिखाया cut off is that low, right? That I should not miss out any easy question. If I miss any easy question, that will be very costly. Okay, so attempt direct questions first, then easy to moderate indirect question in the first round of solving, right? First thing is by looking at that entire exam, okay, you can see this, that instead of this passage, you can just skim through the entire exam, okay, when you are doing, let's say, quant section, because I am thinking of quant section, right? Quant section you are doing, you just go through that entire section, right? And first, whatever are the direct question, you attempt that, and then you note down whatever easy, moderate, even if indirect question where you need to solve some part of it, right? That you do in the then first round. Okay, so first was only that looking and answering. Then you will do that first round, complete round, where you will solve certain questions, and then if at all time permits, then you go for difficult or indirect questions in the second round of solving. So round strategy generally is very useful, right? Here you never miss out on any of the question, any of the easy question, right? Which you think you can do it, right? You will be able to easily, right, move to that question, and then you can solve that question. Okay. So analyze the level of question is the key here, right? Here we have mentioned that analyze the level of the question, right, and maximize the number of easy and moderate level, so that you should not miss any easy or average level question. So you just keep skipping whatever is difficult, just move to the next question, next question, next question. That should be the key. Okay. Now, in this particular series, last lap to IPMAT 2022, right? There are 20 power packed sessions that you will be having. Okay, and this is this week's session, right? Rather, next 5 days, next 5 sessions, you can see 5th June, right? That is tomorrow. Ankur sir will be taking arithmetic important concepts part 1. So you can just have that, whoever is weak at, somebody was telling that who is weak at quant section or math part, right? You can just go through this. We will tell you the important part, important questions, everything, right? 6th June on Monday, Ankur sir will be taking the part 2 of arithmetic important concept. Then 7th June, Pradeep sir will be taking verbal logic crasher, part 1. 8th June, Gaurav sir will be taking logical reasoning. And 9th June, Gaurav sir will be getting an A in algebra. So this algebra, okay, yes, algebra will be very important. I told you algebra is very, very important for I am Indore, IPMAT Indore, right? Very important part. So you can look for this 9th June, right? Gaurav Gupta sir session, right? And these two things you must not miss. Okay, this is just note it down, mark in your calendar that on June 26, you know that IPM at Rohtak is there. So first impression and detailed analysis of the exam we will do at BYJU'S Exam Prep channel. Right. Similarly, for IPMAT Indore 2022 on July 2nd, the exam day, first impression and detailed analysis we will do for IPMAT Indore also. Right. For both the exam, we will do this complete analysis, first impression or detailed analysis of the exam on June 26th and July 2nd. Right. And now you must subscribe and press the bell icon. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done until now, so, and press the bell icon so that you get notification of all the sessions. And you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, like Facebook page, and you can join the channel, right? Telegram channel, and you can also download the BYJU'S Exam Prep app if you have not done till now, right? There will be many sessions, many free sessions available there. Okay, so yes, stay connected. See you in the next session. Bye bye. Namaste. Jai Hind. And if you have any query, you can put it in the comment section also. We will definitely reply to that. Okay, just put your queries in the comment section. Okay, so thank you. Bye bye. See you in the next session. Namaste. Jai Hind.